picture?
Look, say hello.
Hello.
All right.
I can't see my whole head. Hello.
All right, go lay down. I love you. Good night. Yeah, thank you. I know. I love you. What's up, team? How is everybody today? Hope we are well. I wasn't expecting to do a full formal live right now, but I figured, why not? Why not? We're here. Might as well be subversive. We'll see how the regular live atmosphere goes for a little while. We'll see how the chatting aspect goes for a little while. And so on that will determine if we switch into rave mode, but we will be doing a little rave for at least a little while tonight. And then I have chores to do, so I'm not going to be here all night. We're not going to be partying all night. I do have to find some time to squeeze in the laundry. Been putting it off. Not even going to lie to y'all. Been putting it off. Your Antifa CEO does not like folding laundry. It is what it is, I'll tell you what, thank you for that. Whenever they come up with an AI that can do laundry, that's when I'm going to like AI. But as of right now, thank you for that. As of right now, with all of this, writing emails and stuff, I don't need more emails to read. I don't need more stuff to read. I don't need a bunch of AI slopping videos. Like, get me a freaking laundry.ai, get me washing machine.ai, and, then maybe we could cut down some trees or something. I don't know. But as of right now, this shit's a waste. It is what it is. So, we are live on all the platforms. I did forget to grab my water, and I don't know where I put that. Guys! Yeah, it's okay. I'm going to just get up and get it. No point in getting my kid to get out of bed. Hey, but that's what it's like to be the parent now, Don't always got to use my legs. It is what it is. But I will need to get me some water here. Because once I get going, my mouth is going to get dry. Give me 1 second, y'all. They say you got to learn something every day. I try to learn a lesson every day. Today's lesson, as you can see, you might not realize, but right here, I'm in my kitchen. This is my dining room where I cook food is literally right there. And my suit was sitting right here on this chair because that's just what I do, It's the little studio, so I hop in, put on the suit and whatnot. And I was just cooking dinner earlier, and I get in the suit, and I'm like, what the hell? It smells like nothing but pork chops, man. Nothing but pork chops. They say you got to learn a lesson every day. I learned mine today. Don't just leave the suit out, especially when you record in the kitchen, because now I smell like straight pork chops. Too bad we don't have smelling technology, because y'all would be hungry right now. It is what it is. I appreciate y'all. We're almost up to 5K likes already. I think this will be a good one. Yeah, don't play in there. But yeah, I was seeing how the regular live was gonna go, seeing if we could get anybody to chat. What's up, Andy? Appreciate you coming through. Seeing how the chat would go, seeing if we would be able to, communicate with anybody. Plus, I wanted to go up on all platforms. Are we gonna cut a podcast right now? No, we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna vibe, We're just gonna vibe. We're gonna see how we're rocking. I don't really feel like being in podcast mode right now. It's not like it's much different, but the way that I talk, it has to be tighter. I gotta have the presentation. I gotta have the fire, the energy. I'm just trying to vibe right now. Like we just vibing for a little while. we'll see where that takes us. And based on that, you know, depending on how long. Can you tell me who you are? I can tell you who I am. What do you want to know? What do you want to know? I'll tell you who I am. Do you want my government name? I'm about to give out my government name. But I'll answer questions. I know very little. I'm from Dr. Greg's Live. Oh, okay. Okay. So who am I? Very briefly, I go by MTCSTW online, also the Propaganda Factory. I am a native creator from Facebook, but I create on all platforms now. I've been doing this TikTok thing since about January. We're a little successful. And when Donald Trump signed that executive order saying that Antifa was a domestic tea organization, I was elected by the executive board of directors to become the CEO of Antifa. So since then, that's how I've been moving. That's how I've been operating. And every day I'm working for improving material conditions for the working class people. We're doing that right now in 3 main avenues. Number one, we're increasing our recruitment, which is not only our regular operatives, but all types of creators and putting people together so that we have the resources to be able to fight back. Number two, our revenue. Which is, I guess, a little bit, I mentioned that in the first part, increasing every creator in the network's revenue so that we can create a good war chest, you know, because when it comes down to it, things cost money. I don't get on here and ask for money. I don't really need your money. We're going to earn the money. We're going to, excuse me about that. Thank you very much, Andy. We're going to come out here and create engaging, entertaining content, and we're going to do it in a way that radicalizes. And so, and our third thing is we're planning very creative ways to legally fight back against the billionaires, to legally hit them in those profits, because that's the only thing that they understand. That's my 3 big goals as the Antifa CEO, which essentially is just, it's just a content creation tool. It's just one day Donnie woke up and said Antifa's a tea organization, and thank you for that. I woke up and said, I was scared. I'm not going to lie. I was a little bit scared because I realized that because of the way that I operate online, I could be hauled in and essentially called Antifa. And I was sitting there thinking, this is so broad. This can be used against absolutely anybody. We don't have a leader. We don't have anybody that can stand up and say, no, I'm the reason for all of this. And so because of that, I shaved my face. I didn't shave right now. I kind of need to shave. I skipped shaving this morning because I slept all day. But shaved my face, threw on the suit, started preaching the gospel, and, been running ever since. So that's a little bit about me, a little bit about what we've been doing so far, a little bit about the goals that I'm focused on every day, how I spend my time. Just a lot of networking, a lot of hyping people up, doing the things that a CEO should do. Whatever you're thinking that the CEO of Antifa should be doing, I'm doing those things, Thank you for that. Thank you for that follow. DJ Hot Tub, if you stick around later, we may be doing a rave. Well, we'll see. We'll see. The likes is nice right now. Y'all are chilling. We're vibing. Things are cool. But yeah, that's right. There should be no CEO. But realistically, when you think about it, we're all the CEO. That's one of the magical things about it. And as the CEO, it's not like I'm your boss or anything. I actually work for you because you would be a shareholder in the operation. So yeah. I mean, it's a good gimmick. So honestly, the content is just so easy. You are also the CEO. That's exactly right. You get it. We all are. So when we can accept that fact, because in Donald Trump's America, if you do not agree 100% with this administration, you're the CEO of Antifa. So someone got to put on the suit. Someone got to shave up. Somebody got to play the part. I don't mind it. I know that the charges may be coming, but we'll get that out of the way. They're so incompetent that, That shouldn't even be behind bars. We'll post bail, you know. If you see the GoFundMe that I'm locked up, you know, I'll do a good mug shot. Look, I'll be like this. I'll be like, watch out. Look, you ready? Maybe, I hope they let me keep the hat on. If they don't, though, it's okay. Like, I'm going to be like this. Like, I'm going to be like, watch out. Be like, the face all across America, the most dangerous man in America. But it's cool, though, you know? It's cool. I'm raising 2 boys. I feel like, you know, if they grew up to be just like me, I'd be proud. You know, if they grew up to be like Donald Trump, I would be disgusted, you know? That's just me. I was raised to stand up in the face of bullies, to speak up for people if they can't speak up, you know, to try, you know, your hardest. I'm spiraling. This country is taking me. Oh, I'm so angry. Matcherler, I see you in the Facebook chat. I see you. I understand that you're spiraling, and frankly, you know, I feel like a lot of people are right now too. No, we cannot eat money. You know, we cannot eat money. We can't eat mega yachts. We can't eat shareholder value. All these buzzwords, all these things that they come up with to literally steal our lives away from us. No, we cannot eat those things. And I think that that's why so many people are just, and I'm telling you, man, every day I'm saying it. Do you prefer socialist views or communist views or what? Okay, NB, you're asking good questions. If you're going to pin me down, I'm going to just go communist because when it comes down to it, I'm going to hit all the buzzwords. We're going to say communism. We're going to say propaganda. We're going to say that billionaires don't need to be here. Anything that can get conservatives or capitalists or whatever out of their comfort zone, I'm going to say all those things. And then once we get through all that, if you still want to have a good conversation, we can figure it out because it's probably somewhere in the middle. But on here, just hard communists. We're just going to go straight for the fences, you know. Specific type of, I'm more of an anarcho-commie, Marxist-Leninist, you know, tried and true. You know, just needs to be innovated on a little more. And I think we'll have the right playbook. But I mean, it comes down to dignity, respect, and equity for the people that are doing the things. You know, in terms of the historic authoritarian regimes, I mean, we're living under an authoritarian regime right now, not only in terms of our president, but just these billionaires, these oligarchs. I mean, they're doing so much to control every aspect of our lives, to strip it down bare. You know, just, I mean, so many people are tired and crashing out. I mean, look, I got Democratic Socialist at the moment. See, so you're a Democratic Socialist. I guarantee you hanging out for a little while, you be calming, you know? And it's not like I'm up here reading y'all Karl Marx or anything, but the more we talk about it, the more we see just how bad of a shake we're getting, the more radicalized you become. We don't have to quote nothing. You don't have to read nothing. It's just, you know, holding up a mirror to what we're living every day. We should read Karl. Hey, look, I'm about it. The thing about it, though, I'm not going to lie to y'all. Thank y'all. 15K likes already are amazing. 15K likes hasn't even been 15K minutes. 15 minutes are absolutely insane. I can tell it's going to be a good night. But I can tell it's going to be a good night because look at this tie knot. Look at that. Look how big that boy is, huh? That's a little thick boy. I'm getting better at this. Just learned how to tie a tie 2 weeks ago. Repped out. But, because, you know, I was poor my whole life. What the fuck I'd be tying ties for, you know? What would I be tying a tie for? But, you know, now when you work for the working class people, you got to look a little more humble. Got to look a little more presentable. Because people aren't going to listen to, you know, some homeless looking commie. That's one thing that I've learned, quite frankly. I did the homeless thing for a couple months. Not me actually being homeless. I'm sorry about that. That's a very bad mischaracterization. But I just looked, you know, just very overgrown, very shaggy looking. I was doing that online for a couple of months. And we were still getting views and stuff like that because the message was good. But since I've been clean and whatnot, it's strange. Organically, we're doing a lot better. But algorithmically, we're not doing good at all. God, this freaking algorithm is stamping us out right now. But it's okay because, times like this, lives like this, where we're getting followers, we're already getting followers. We're getting a lot of likes already. Just doing it consistently. Things like this is what continues to beat the algorithm. I mean, it's tried and true. That's what we've learned through all of this, is that if we just continue to keep chugging on, there's nothing that they can really do to stop us. And that's why I make it a point to get on every single platform that we can be on. That's why we're live on 7 platforms right now. Could be 8, but I don't feel like powering up the Discord. Maybe, I got to stop neglecting everybody, but I feel like there's so many places that you can get it. I don't need to go drop this in the Discord chat. But everybody does need to get in the Discord chat, because just the flow of information is so much better in there, in the Reddit. That's what we're focusing on for December and highly likely January. It depends. We got to get to Charlie Kirk from Hell. Yeah. Hey, amazing name, huh? You had me for a second there in the first half. I'm not even going to lie. Was where I'm absolutely done. Bruh, you absolute menace, huh? 7 is intense. It is. It sounds impressive. It sounds a little more impressive than it is. Look, I'm not even going to lie to y'all. All right. We're here right now. Let's be honest. It's the propaganda factory. All right. I got to show strength. When you're the CEO of Antifa, you got to show strength. You got to be everywhere. You got to be everything for the people. So, 7 platforms, it sounds impressive in being uploaded to like 20, 25 platforms after the fact as an audio podcast. It does sound impressive, but we can do more, and we will do more. We will continue to improve the experience. We will continue to bring the experience to as many people as it can be brought. We're going to go all the way, Like I'm saying, we're already getting the follows. I'm trying to think of 7 platforms. Yeah, it's tough, Look, we have 2 Facebook pages. So we have MTCSTW, which stands for Memes That Can Save the World. That's our original page. We have the Propaganda Factory page on Facebook. So that's 1, 2. We have YouTube. We have Twitch, Substack, Kick. Hold on. Oh, and TikTok. We're here on TikTok. Duh. That's 7. Look, I can count. I'm a simple chemist, but I can count. All right. So, 7 platforms, we doing it. And, our upload speed, pretty good. Thank you so much for that. Oh, Joey, what's good, my boy? The upload speed, is good. We're improving. We're going to continue to improve the experience. And that's what y'all are providing for us. Not with the gifts or anything. I really want to reiterate that your time and your attention is the most important thing for me. How y'all want to do it and whatnot, that's fine. The daily heart me's, I'll take that. That's a little penny, toe penny in the cap. But other than that, we're gearing it the right way. And I think that that's why it's going to be successful, is because I feel like we are trying to do it the right way. And we're building it out to be, as efficient as possible. Thank you for that. As efficient as possible from the jump. And what that means is, like, we're doing all of the work up front so that as we grow, oh, come on now. I don't even deserve that. I don't even deserve, but, we're doing all the work up front so that as we can plug the people in, everything's going to be figured out. So, like, one of the things right now, especially, is expanding on the Substack. So we're live on Substack. And we just brought on 2 contributors on the Substack. Excuse me. So we're hoping to have more Substack articles. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Where we're doing about 2 a week. Right now, we got a hater in the chat. Hey, if we got a MAGA in the chat, let me know. I'll ban them. I don't do that here. If they don't want to come up and learn how to read, I'm banning them. That's it. And then the reading time, you only get 5 minutes. It's like doing homework with your kid out here. I'm going to show you we got 2 apples. All right. Other than that, you go do that somewhere else. There's plenty of lives for y'all to circulate through. See me? I'm simple. I like my sick left radicals. In fact, hold on. Look. I even got, watch out. We got the sign. Nope, not that one. I should put that one on. Watch out. Look, there we go. We got the sign. Sick left radicals only. But look, I don't want MAGA to think that I'm not here to show them how to read. I'm not MAGA. I'm a grifter. So how am I a grifter, buddy? I would invite you up, but you don't have no followers, and this looks like a fresh account. So I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll block you, and then when you show up on the backup, you can you can let me know what's up. Just like that, baby. I don't play that. This is a safe space. This is y'all's space to enjoy yourselves. Especially because I just learned in my group chat that when you let poisonous people create a toxic environment, it's not enjoyable. It actually degrades extremely fast. And so we don't do that here. Definitely need more moderators. Who's in the chat real quick? Joey's still in the chat. Look, Joey, when you hang out, you modding. Who else is in the chat I can trust? Stone Ogre. You've been here a while, Stone Ogre. I do somewhat trust you, but your account's a little small. You come back with your real account. I don't know if that's your real account, but I'll mod you, Stone Ogre. You've been here for a while. I'm just not gonna mod that account. But yeah, we don't do that. I don't want this space to be, when we're here. Oh, it's Jared. Oh, yeah, bro. You just gotta say that, bro. You're already a freaking mod. Yeah, look, I'll mod you too. I remember you, Anna. Yeah, because I don't have no mods, so like, I need to make sure people keep it on tight on the chat and whatnot. This is my main. I made it just. Come on, bro. Don't let me disrespect you for like. Come on. I'm sorry, Jordan. I'm sorry, bro. But the live's on Facebook too, huh? But I guess it is. You see, look, we got the little words. Teaching MAGA how to read. Look, it makes it look. It makes it look so. Look, Bare Necessity. I'll mod you too, because I know you're cool. And it's not like y'all have to like stay or anything, but it's just like when y'all are here, I just want to make sure, because some of y'all be cycling through and whatnot. Which is perfectly fine. I don't expect y'all to spend every waking moment with me, especially when we're just doing here, in a real informal thing. But hopping back to the Facebook chat real quick. I see you, comrade. I see you in the chat. Not the pterodactyl noises. I'm freaking done. Y'all are absolutely banging, man. I swear. This is one of the things that's so inspiring, especially right now. I told y'all earlier in the week I had that mental breakdown. But I felt it coming. I had therapy today. I didn't even get a lot of sleep today. Definitely need to do a better job taking care of myself. But I had therapy today, and I even did it with I did it telehealth because I didn't sleep, so I really didn't want to go drive. And so I did it like with this because it's telehealth, and so I just like, oh, can I do it on my freaking computer? And she's looking and she's like, man, that's a really crisp setup. I don't think I've ever seen anyone. I'm like, yeah, I'm using I'm using the setup. And I talked about my mental breakdown and whatnot, and essentially what I told her was, I felt like it was the most controlled a mental breakdown could be, which is a very weird thing to say. But, I was kind of like alone in the moment. I was going through some extra things, but really it was just a lot of like internal stuff, because this is a very tough time of year for me with like my grandparents have been gone now. I was raised by my grandparents, and they've been gone now for 13 years and 11 years. It's just tough, I appreciate that. I'm about to be 30, and I have my two young boys. I got a 6 and a 4-year-old. And it's just thinking, this is just a time in which you think about your childhood. You think about all the things. And I still live in the same house. It's my house now, but so there's always just like a lot of memories and stuff there. And I've lived in the same place my entire life. So there's memories anytime I go to the store, anytime I do anything, I have some memories of my grandfather or my grandmother. And my life was somewhat tumultuous. Definitely wasn't candy and rainbows. But I don't know. I feel like maybe as time passes, we do become more nostalgic, and we do become we're able to pick out the good, or we just want to remember the good, so maybe that's some of that, I don't know, but just the emotions are very heavy. My grandma lived until 98 and has been gone for 4 years, so not easy. I'm sorry to hear that, Anna. Both of my grandparents, so I was raised by my grandmother and my grandpa. My mom had me at 16, interracial relationship in the rural South. My grandparents both passed at 62, and they were 3 years apart. My grandfather passed when I was 16, but he was very sickly. He had type 1 diabetes, and at that time he was on dialysis, for full dialysis. He had lost both his kidneys. He's on full dialysis for, I feel like, 2.5 years, maybe 3 years. That's okay, Anna. I'm working through it. We're working through it right now. I'm trauma dumping with strangers. What a better way. Well, I guess not necessarily strangers, because I'm seeing all these names. Y'all hang out a lot. But so my grandpa passed when I was 16. And then my aunt moved in with us, and she was an addict at the time. And she moved in. She was raising my little sister because my mom was in prison. Sorry, my mom was in prison on her second felony. First felony, she was selling, and she sold to an undercover police officer. And then second felony, she did a year the first time. I was in like the 4th grade when that happened. And then the second time, freaking armed robbery, dude. Mom, 2x felon. But so she was my aunt was raising my little sister and my cousin, and so she moved in with us, and she was an addict at the time. So that was just a very tumultuous experience too. And then I was choosing to go away for college and stuff like that, and ultimately I figured that I had to stay home. Like I just made the choice that I needed to stay home, especially with what my aunt, what was going on with her and whatnot. And after my first semester, man, I remember it because it's actually just about this time. That's why we're going through this right now. I'm unpacking. I'm gonna try not to cry. I'm gonna try not to do the things, but I came home from finals. It was my first semester in college, and I was poor, and I went to school on state funding. I made good enough grades that I got Pell Grants, and my state has like a college program. So it was my first semester of school, and man, my grandma was so proud. She was so proud the whole time I was going there. I was the first one in our family to go to college, and so I come back from my first semester, which, I lived here. I say I come back, but, I came back from my last exam, and I had all my grades, and I was like, I made all A's. I made the president's list and whatnot. And, she was so excited and so proud. And, that night, that actual night that, she ended up having to go to the hospital because she was having breathing problems. And at first, they didn't know what was up, and then they found a growth in her pulmonary artery, and so this is the beginning of December, so it was like December 12th or something like that, and so they found the growth on her pulmonary artery, and so they're like trying to schedule open heart surgery like immediately. And I remember this because this really hit me, and it showed how naive I was at the time. My God. So we ended up having to go to another hospital in a different city and whatnot. My whole life is a freaking healthcare story. I wonder why I'm radicalized. My whole freaking life's a healthcare story. We ended up having to go to a different city for the specialized surgery and whatnot. And it was going to be free because it was going to be like a research type thing. The surgery was like $90,000 or something like that. It was absolutely insane. And so my grandmother was on Medicaid. She was on Medicaid at the time. And we lived on Social Security. My grandfather was disabled my entire life. So we lived on Social Security disability my entire life. So it's before Christmas, and we're having to schedule the surgery. And I remember saying, like, Mimi, like, just go get it done real quick. Like, you hurry up, get it done. You'll be back for Christmas and we can have a good time, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, no, I just want to make sure that I'm here for this one, And I'm like, what are you talking about, Man. And, so in that time, I mean, what affairs she got in order. She went in, we opened up a bank account together, and, she made sure that all the people at the bank knew me. Because, that was a time when banks were still local, and it was Chase Bank at the time. That's what's crazy. Once upon a time, there was a Chase Bank less than a mile from my house, and everybody in it knew my name and knew my grandparents' name, and they were the nicest people ever. But every Chase Bank in my area is damn near closed, and my community's getting gutted. You wonder why I'm radicalized. But so my grandma, she got her affairs in order. She added me to her bank account. We opened up a safe deposit box together, and everything that was left of the family, was put in a box in my name at 18 years old. And which at the time it was $25,000. I remember that, man. And so she went through the surgery, and she did, everything was okay at first, and she was in the hospital for like a week, and she came home, and things were okay for a little bit, and then ultimately what had happened was a blood clot had come from her leg into her lungs, and so in that moment, we had to like call 911 and stuff like that. She was unresponsive at home, and I mean that night, she was pretty much declared she was gone, brain dead. And so that was a very tough time. And actually at that time, my aunt, which is such a point of contention for me, she was literally like freaking hitting schmeth. She was literally getting schmethed out, and we were trying to call her to get in touch with her, because I'm freaking 18 at the time. My aunt was 40, 39, 40, something like that. I don't know. But, so, yeah, maybe she's a little younger, 30 something, but, so she was declared brain dead, and I kind of low-key started to spiral, like, immediately, and I started to weigh everything, because, I mean, I just finished my first semester of college, and, it was free. But I had like 2 kids, and 2 kids to raise. I had my little cousin and my little sister to raise, because my aunt wasn't cutting it. Yeah, and so she, what was really messed up too is, so the way the Medicaid works with life support is you only get like 10 days or something like that. Yeah, so you took 2 weeks to find, yeah, see, exactly like that. So yeah, it takes like it's like you get 10 days on the life support. And so, I'm literally sitting there weighing the financial viability of my family, to like have to pull the plug on my grandmother, which is really messed up, at 18 years old to make the decision. 'Cause, my aunt's gone, and they legally adopted me. So like, I was a legal heir. I was, an adult to be able to make those decisions. But yeah, like, it was literally my decision to like pull the plug on my grandma. Was absolutely crazy. What's up, buddy? It's bedtime. I know it's Friday, but it's bedtime. What's up? What's up? I love you. Go lay down. Okay, go lay down. Hey, get you a sip of water now, so you don't have to come back. But yeah, get you a sip of water right there. But yeah, I'm glad he came in. Shape up a little bit. But yeah, So you got 10 days to decide. And I was off of school at that time, and my grandmother, she did a paper route, and so during that time, like I was doing the paper route to make sure, like I don't even know. Honestly, looking back at it, I low-key think the freaking company robbed me because they ain't give me no money. Now that I'm thinking about it, god damn, they fucking robbed me. But I think they went out of business. Yeah, they're out of business here. They like print somewhere else and like mail it here. The company was bought by a private equity firm. God, life's so crazy. But yeah. So I'm doing this. I'm doing the paper route, and I'm trying to just figure out like what the hell is going on in life. On these 10 days, clock ticking to pull the plug on my grandma. Which happened at like July, but this is around the time that we've found out and started the whole like having to go get surgery and stuff like that. So yeah, this is just a very heavy time of year for me in conjunction with the holidays and just the stress of life and all the things. But part of that is why I like to just get on here and be honest. Like, what do I have to lose? I really don't have anything to lose, and I actually feel somewhat better now, having just talked through all that. Feels a little good to just be able to talk. Just be able to get some stuff out. To ever get the ink stains out of your hands? No. No, I have not. But yeah. I didn't really plan to get on here and talk about this. It's funny how things work. But it is what it is. So yeah, from that, just I guess a quick, because I guess I don't know, not that was rock bottom or whatever, but from that, made it through college. My aunt, I ended up having to kick her out. Ended up having to put her through rehab twice, potentially 3 times, but for sure twice. While I was raising the kids, while I was in college, I used to freaking work. I worked at college. I was doing research in between class and whatnot in the science lab, and then I would get off, go deliver pizza, get off from there, drop the food off at home. The kids were low-key at home by themselves because my aunt was low-key like strung out and gone all the time. So thank God that they were like had a decent head on their shoulders. I mean, at the bare minimum, we had a house. Low-key, the state probably could have took them, but they're adults now, so too late. You can't get me for that. But I'd drop food off at home, or if I wasn't going work at home, work after, because then I'd go work like overnight sometimes to make extra money. And there was times that I was in it didn't. Thank God they didn't, right? Thank God, huh? Because I definitely didn't have no insurance, couldn't afford no housing insurance. I just was able to buy house insurance. So all of this happened in 2015. Yeah, my grandma passed away in 2015, at the very beginning of 2015. I've just bought house insurance 5 years ago. It's 2025, yeah. So it was 5 years without it. So yeah, thank God they didn't. But yeah, I mean, it's just funny how things work, What's up, mama? Yeah. Yeah. Talking to all 3 of y'all at the same time. Yeah. Yeah. In the kitchen. I was supposed to be an astrophysicist. I could have graduated my sophomore year of college. Yeah. I don't, part of living, you only got one shot on life. So part of living is, I don't think about all the things that could have been. You really only got to focus on what you got and making, as many small improvements to that as you can. Um, if you sit there and think about all the things that could have been, I mean, you're gonna go crazy. Like, life's just too many decisions, and that's not how life works. Like, you don't have all these things in front of you at one time. Now, if you were robbed, that's substantially different. I'm very sorry to hear about that. If you were robbed of something that you were working very hard towards, my apologies for that. I didn't want to mischaracterize your experience in any way, shape, or form. Um, by the way, everybody, we're live on 7 platforms, so like I'm talking to multiple chats. I do apologize, and I don't necessarily have to per se like call out each chat like where we're talking, because whatever I'm responding to, they somewhat are getting that. But yeah, I guess so. To wrap up very quickly with my story. I was able to get through college. My aunt got rehabilitated. Oh, so the year my grandma died or passed away, my mom was in prison at that time. She was, with the time my grandma passed away, she was in there for about 6 years. So, I'm sorry, it's not funny, but she been in freaking prison for like 6 years, dog. So I ended up having to the chaplain in the jail, which God bless that woman. She worked overtime. God, man, that woman worked so hard, not only to help women get out of prison, but to help rehabilitate them and things like that. God bless that woman. She had contacted me, and she was helping my mom. My mom was doing all kinds of programs and doing all kinds of things and getting her paperwork in order. And the woman was like, look, if you can write the judge and just explain everything that's going on, we can like, there's this, I don't remember what it was. I don't remember if it was a parole hearing. It might have been. I mean, I feel like that's what it was. But, I was 18 at the time. I don't remember. I just remember I wrote a freaking judge. And I remember in there writing, that I don't know what else I can do, like, I don't know, like, I just need help. Like, I'm not supposed to be doing all of this. And I understand that, like, this woman's not about to come out of prison and, like, be my mom. But when it comes down to it, like, I just need another adult. Like, I just need I just need a body at this point. I felt like a freaking, like a job. I felt like a freaking company right now in this economy. I just need a warm body at this point, Yes, my mom ended up getting out of prison, which that was a whole ordeal, getting my mom out of prison, and then her moving in with us, and her and my freaking aunt were just fighting because I'm sure my mom felt guilty that she was in prison, but she was just always chirping at my aunt because my aunt was an addict and stuff like that, and she like was low-key blaming my aunt. But which you would think in some ways it would have made the situation better, and it kind of did. But within 6 months, my mom was like moving out, and she ended up getting back with my sister's father, and which he was an addict, and that was a horrible experience, and that was his whole thing. And they took my freaking sister from me, and that really screwed me up. And then my aunt ended up getting clean, and she ended up leaving and took my cousin. But she had got on her feet, and she had did good, and she gives the perception that she does good now, but I don't know. That's the thing about it, is having gone through all of that, it's a lot to sometimes re-engage. And so I don't necessarily like seek her out, and I don't know if that's right or wrong, but it takes a lot of energy. I know that. And I try with my mom. She doesn't necessarily live by me, so it's just, that's one of the weird things about it too, I guess, is because she doesn't live here. It's like our relationship is exactly the same that it's always been, because like she was always in prison, and so our relationship was always like phone calls and cards. And so I don't know, so that kind of makes it a little weird as being an adult now. But yeah, just sharing, because what do I have to lose? The only thing I have to lose right now is what? A little bit of dignity. But realistically, who cares? We ain't doing crazy numbers tonight, so a little bit of dignity, getting lost never hurt nobody. Gotta lose. Look, I put on the suit. I'm all machismo. No, man, I'm a human being. I've been through some stuff. And you wonder why I'm radicalized. It's because I've experienced the degradation of American society in so many facets of my life. I mean, we lived on Social Security disability. My grandmother did a paper route. I literally watched the newspaper industry and journalism get gutted. We barely have local journalists in our area anymore because they've gutted it. That's jobs. That was decent paying jobs. And even if it wasn't the best jobs, it was some jobs, and those jobs were stolen and returned to the shareholders. In the moments in which I had to make the choice as an 18-year-old young man to pull the plug on my grandmother, it's because of the economic viability of allowing people to be in long-term care, to do more of an extensive study on if the brain damage is actually, whatever, because then you start doing research, because as I became a scientist, I became a chemist. So, I'm reading medical literature. I watched my freaking grandma become brain dead. So I'm reading medical literature about this, and I'm reading how people are going in long-term care facilities and can wake up 10 years later and stuff like that. And I'm like, my God, which low-key really screwed me up for a while too. But, again, you can't live life second-guessing decisions, because that's not how life works. And you can't blame yourself for things that are out of your control, even if a choice was made that, now don't get me wrong. That's not in no way you don't take accountability, because I've made plenty of mistakes in my life. And, I'm never going to say that I'm a perfect man, but every day I'm going to try to just be a little better. And some days I'm not going to be. Some days I might fall backwards, but, I got to try. That's where, I think that's the difference between people being good people and people being bad people, is we all make mistakes, but do we accept accountability, and do we try to improve? And some mistakes can be made multiple times, but not really bad. Really bad ones one time, never again, and some things you shouldn't even have to make the mistakes. And realistically, I've made some of those mistakes. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Hurt people, but you got to try to just be better, and you got to try to stop hurting, and you got to try to stop hurting inside and hurting other people, and you got to try to just be better for the world. And I think that maybe for all the people that's been here this whole time, that circles back to what NB asked, I guess, a little bit about myself. Maybe that's where this started, because she asked me about myself, and I've been talking about myself this whole time. But that's how you bring people in, You let people get to know you. In a world of AI slop and all this BS, maybe the least that I could do is, just be vulnerable with some strangers on the internet, and let y'all in to a real human being, living a real life out here. A real human that decides to get on the internet and try to make people's lives better by them feeling a little bit of hope and courage when they hear some fiery words about the billionaires needing to be liquidated. When they hear some fiery words about our conditions being improved, and, when they see that people are coming together to unify, to do those things. I think that, at least for me as a creator, at least for me as a person who is being something publicly facing, you got to do it for the right reasons. And I think that we have more than enough cowards out here. We have more than enough liberals out here. We have more than enough people simping for billionaires and simping for landlords and helping the people that are hurting us. And I think it's time that we have, some people that can get the message out in an effective way. And I might be a simple chemist, but, I know how to, we know how to do some things. We know how to cook some shit up. We've been cooking up this propaganda pretty well. Cooked up dinner, cooked up some pork chops, still smelling like pork chops because I should have picked my suit up. I'm learning lessons every day, but I'm fighting and I'm trying. And I think that that's what people want. They want to see effort. And regardless, this is the thing about it. Honest. We've been honest with you the whole time. You come into the propaganda factory, what am I going to lie to you about? All right. What am I going to lie to you about? Because why would I waste your time? I'm doing so much effort to get on here and be, you know, something to try to make the world better. What's the point of lying about who I am, you know? I'm a troubled person, you know, made some mistakes, but I'm learning. And I think that, you know, the acknowledgement of that, the deconstruction of that, and the acceptance of that is what allows people to improve. And I think that our lack of community right now is what makes us feel so exhausted. And I think that coming together as best as possible, in any way possible, makes us feel just a little better. And that's something that I've especially realized. I was here 30 minutes ago. You're still monologuing. Yeah, bro, I am. Are you just your average Democrat? Are you a MAGA? I mean, it says just your average Democrat. And you got the JD picture, so just let me know if you're MAGA, though. Look, if you don't want to come back here, you don't have to. I can ban you. You can never see me again. I just want to let you know that. Other people here have been having a good time. I'm having a good time. You want me to go get the DJ controller? I have to shut down all the other platforms if I do, but see, that's the thing about it. I don't want to be selfish. We're getting views on all the places right now. We're doing good. I appreciate everybody, man. I appreciate everybody. I can't express that enough, you know, especially in these hard times, you know, having people show up, having people still wanting to hear the message, people still pounding the pavement, people still coming together. You know, you inspire me. I tried to get on here to inspire y'all, but realistically, it is y'all who inspire me and give me the energy to keep going, because just seeing that so many compassionate and empathetic people exist out in the world, and especially when I'm surrounded by just MAGA lunatics and MAGA supremes, you know, just to see so many compassionate, empathetic people that want to fight back. Your average Democrat. What did he say? I voted for our current president. I'm pointing out the amusement of long-winded monologues. Yeah, I can go way longer than your boy could ever go. You know, MAGA could never. And I could be a lot more entertaining. I can do things with my hands. I can do the inflections. But I like to be a little more educated, a little more fun with it, you know. For people who've been here, you know, we've said some crazy things. We say some crazy things. We have a good time. And I guarantee you, if you MAGA, you stick around too long, you'll be communist. So I might ban you just for your sake. You don't want to end up on no watch list. You know, your president don't like people who hangs out with commies. It's educated about inflections. That sounds incredibly racist. I don't know. Look at that. Got him. User whatever. Got him. Look at that mod. Got him. Certainly won't debate. What is there to debate? This isn't that type of space, dude. Not only that, but like there's no way, shape, or form that you would be anywhere near me on any type of level of debate. So it's not going to be a debate. It's just going to be me like playing around and you trying to pin down semantics and then me booting you off. That's not what I'm avoiding. Listen, everybody, look right now. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to let this dude up. I'm going to tell you exactly what's about to happen, okay? He's going to try to debate me. It's going to be some BS count. He's going to be some BS points. I'm going to come at this with full. As soon as I let him up, it's going to be a whole new me, all right? He's going to come with the BS. I'm a choo-choo. He's going to be like, do you know what that means? And then I'm going to boot him because I'm not doing all that, all right? Y'all ready? let me, hold on, what y'all? All right, here we go.
Hi, how's it going?
Hey, how are you?
Pretty good. So could I just like do a quick litmus test to see if you're prepared for this conversation?
Sure, I'll take
What's your
that.
education? What's your level of education?
I have a bachelor's in chemistry.
bachelor's in chemistry. I don't think that you're adequately prepared for this thing.
Okay,
That's kind of disappointing.
that's fine. Would you like to hear my litmus test?
Sure.
I'm a communist.
That's unfortunate.
Okay.
I mean, I'm glad that in a capitalist society you're able to choose to be a communist. That's good.
It's not
It's
really.
unfortunate that you
It's not
chose
really.
that, though.
It's not really a choice. I think I was born this way.
You were born with an economic standpoint. Like, that's weird. Never heard that before.
Yes, I was born with the moral compass and an economic standpoint. Yes.
A moral compass of what? Like seizing means of production, things like that, by force, typically.
I would say because when it comes down
And that
to
makes you
it,
moral in the eyes of who?
Jesus
So
makes
you were the barometer.
it makes me moral.
morality?
It makes me moral in the eyes of Jesus Christ. I don't know how you spent your time, but when I was young, I was a fundamentalist Christian. I used to be a troubled child, and I'd be punished a lot. Had to read the Bible a lot, and sometimes you just skip to the red words because those are more fun. So I read what
Sounds
the guy
lazy.
said a lot. Hey, call it lazy, call it sick left radical, call it whatever you want. But rich
Well,
people aren't
basically, you're
gonna.
just reading what you want to read and then interpreting it.
Yeah,
how it
yeah.
makes you feel better.
It does make me.
Correct.
It does make me feel better. I will say that guy says
So
that he
you're
doesn't
saying that
like
you're
rich
interpreting
people.
words
Sir,
that are written
sir,
out of context.
sir. Yes, I am
Son,
saying that. I
son,
am saying that. I'm saying that I'm cherry picking exactly what I want to cherry pick.
to support your worldview,
Yes. Why would I not do that?
because that's like completely contrary to reality.
Is it though? I don't think it is.
Because you're subjectively choosing your reality when it's a reality that all of us coexist in. It's not based on your subjective opinion.
No. Well, it's based on the words of Jesus Christ.
So you're saying that what you believe is completely contrary to reality.
No, I'm saying that what I believe,
But you just agreed
sir,
that it's
sir,
driven by your subjectiveness.
sir,
Son.
sir, what I am
Son, I told you
saying,
you weren't prepared for this.
sir, what I am saying is that what I believe in reality is reality because I am a molder of reality. So yes, what is in here is out here because I make it so.
Sure, by interpreting subjective words based on what makes you feel better. Pure subjectiveness. We got it.
It's gonna work.
So
Use your
now that we've
battery.
established clearly that you live outside of the
Use your
reality that
battery.
all of us equally coexist in. Why do you think that you're the barometer of morality?
I'm not the barometer of morality, sir. My barometer of morality is the red
You just
words
said
in
that
the
you only
Bible.
read the red words.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the rest.
No, don't need it.
You don't need it based on what? Your opinion?
Put your battery in.
Or is it because if you didn't abide
Then go
by that, your
put your TV
subjectiveness
on.
would crumble from reality, which you don't live in?
Look,
because
are
choose your subjective reality.
getting what you wanted right now?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
totally.
Turn your camera on.
Why would I turn my camera on?
Because I mean, you coming up here and you wanna sit here and try to troll, bro. Like, just turn your camera on. Just
So,
give me a little
I'm not
taste.
trolling
Look, tell
you.
you
I'm
what.
literally just
Hey, just put
pulling
your
a thread that you started,
just do this.
but
Just put your camera on and do this. Do that for me.
You want to see my hand?
Yeah, just give me a hand. Just give me a little hand play. Just do that. I don't need no face. Just give me some hand play.
Sure, I'll give you some hand play. That's really weird, but
All right, just do that. Look, we'll do it together.
yeah, look at that.
Bro, it's dark. Give me some light. Come on now.
I don't have lights on. Like, what are you talking about?
Put a
You
light
asked for this,
on.
that's what I gave you.
All right, you're right. I guess I didn't say lights.
But I mean, why did you feel like you were compelled to be entitled to that?
Can you go lay down?
Like, I'm obliged
Give me your
because
remote.
I find this really entertaining. Like, watching this in real time with everybody is pretty wild.
I'm entertained. Are you entertained?
Very much so.
Are you getting what you came up here for? You didn't like my monologue
that's
30
what
minutes
you're
ago.
for.
Now I've had you here for like 20 minutes now. You spent,
You've
you've
had me here
spent
for exactly 6 minutes.
I've had
That's a weird.
up here. You were hanging out in the chat. You were hanging out in the chat for like 15 minutes, bro.
Economic
Yeah. Are you
Yeah, that's really weird.
you getting what you wanted?
I am totally.
Are you satisfied?
Yeah, I was satisfied with your monologue. That's why I said it was amusing.
Okay.
Like you're trying to contort that into something that's not, so you have a straw man argument.
So was it so
But
it
we probably agree on quite a bit.
so what do you think we agree on? Let me know. Tell me and I'll tell you if we agree. Let's play that. I'll play that game. I don't mind playing a game.
Yeah,
It's Friday
I
night.
think that we probably agree that pizza is delicious. Pineapple definitely belongs on it.
I'll take that.
Okay. We believe that Hawaii is very beautiful.
Never
Right.
been. Never been. I'm sure it is.
I mean, but you've seen it.
I mean, you know,
Yeah, so there's
could have
shit
been
to go
AI.
on.
It could have been AI. But I'll take it. I'll take
Yeah, it
it.
could have
It's
been.
beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. What else? That Donald
I
Trump is the
think
greatest
that
president
the
ever.
door's definitely open.
Was Donald
He's the what?
is he the greatest president ever?
Oh God, no.
Okay. The worst?
Definitely not the worst.
Who's worse?
I would say Hoover was probably worse, man.
Okay. I mean, I'll take that if we're going on economic. Okay, we'll take that. So, you're the average Democrat.
Yeah.
So you love Barack Obama.
Like
who was
most
the who was the
the
best
Democratic
president?
Party left me.
Who was the best
The
president?
best president?
Yeah.
Ooh. I would probably have to say Clinton's second term.
Clinton's
Yeah.
second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Clinton had a roaring second term. Republican
Oh,
House.
I'm sorry. You were talking. I didn't mean to, but she must have requested by accident. Okay, I was gonna let her talk. You can go again. So give me the second term again. Give me the pros.
Yeah, I mean, we had a Republican House and Senate and a Democratic president. What more could you ask for? You had the social barometer of the Democrats, and you had the fiscal responsibility and policies of the Republicans.
The Republicans weren't fiscally responsible in the 90s. The Democrats did majority of the work on balancing the budget, and the Republicans just went with it because they realized they screwed up in Reagan and GW. Not GW,
Clinton's balanced
GHW.
budget passed under a Republican House and a Republican Senate.
Yes, but it
So
was
which Democrat did the work?
the Democrats did the work to make that
Which
balance.
one specifically?
The ones in the White
It was
House
like the-
and
it
the
was like
ones
Tom
in
Wood, maybe,
the House. I mean,
authored the bill.
it was Tom Wood. That's the yeah. I'm sure he authored the bill, but I'm saying like Democrats in the House worked on that as well. Like
But you just tried to say that they're majority responsible for
They
it,
were.
but they're not.
they were.
How is a minority responsible for a majority pass policy? How does that work?
Well, for starters, the president had to sign it, and the minority had to vote it, and if the president would have vetoed it, he had to, they would have had to have a super majority.
They had a majority. They did have a super majority.
Yeah, because the
The
Democrats.
House absolutely had a super majority. The Republicans had a super majority in the House during Clinton's second term.
The Republicans have no fucking super majority in the House. What?
Yeah, they actually did.
Hold on.
Yeah, they had 63.
In the House?
Yeah.
No, they just won control, bro. They didn't have no super majority.
They had a supermajority. They passed with only 2 Democratic votes. You don't have a simple majority with only needing 2 votes or only getting 2 votes.
No, but I'm saying the
The-
super
The
majority,
bill
the
passed
super
by 18
majority
votes.
required to override a veto, bro. That's what I was referencing.
No, I'm referencing the fact that they
Yeah,
didn't
they didn't
need a
have
veto
a-
because they had a veto proof
Yeah, bro. Look,
majority.
yeah, with the Democrats who helped
No,
author
with
the bill.
Republicans, you're trying so hard to contort that.
Look, bro.
Like, this is wild, man.
Regardless, all right. Second term of Clinton, you're giving me as the best presidency. Did you live through that as an
No.
adult?
No.
You were born after
You don't
the
have to
second
live
term
through
of
something
Clinton.
to be able to retroactively think that it's good.
You were
I didn't live through the Civil Rights Acts, but I can still think that they're good.
you were born after the second Clinton administration.
No, I was born during.
Hey, me too.
So I mean, like, but we can agree that you can not experience something like as an adult and still retroactively think that it's good, right?
Yeah, I'll take that.
So why was that question relevant?
I was just curious.
Yeah, that's just a strange
I can't. Hey,
strange thing to ask.
I can't be curious about you. Look, you came up here. You wanted to do this. I can't be curious about you. I can't ask questions.
No, you definitely can. I can just also call out that it's strange when you ask very strange questions.
Well, I'm trying to get to know you. You know, I'm trying to understand how you see the world.
I see the world as most everybody else does.
And how would that be?
I mean, through like reality,
And
not
what?
my own subjective version of it.
So, what is your reality?
That things are exactly how they are. Like,
And what are they,
there's not a
bro?
man in the sky that's dictating that.
What are we living under right now in the United States of America? Describe your life to me. Do you feel oppressed?
No. Why would I feel oppressed? Do you?
Do you feel exploited?
No.
Do you feel marginalized?
No, not at all.
Do you feel like you could be a billionaire one day?
Do I feel like I could be?
Yeah.
Sure. I also feel like I could be a doctor or maybe like a rocket scientist or something.
How old are you? If you were born at the same time as me, the ship on becoming a doctor is getting, you know. Yeah, that is a level of privilege. I'm not going to lie. Rocket scientist.
Yeah, I just went and became an attorney instead.
Okay.
I'm not really good with blood.
So you're an attorney. So this is let me ask you something then, okay? Because you're an attorney. I'm just a simple chemist, all right? You're more educated than me. Is this a good way? Is this a good way for you to spend your time? Do you think? Like what?
I'm literally just killing time.
What is it? So as an attorney, what is it that you seek in the world? What do you want from the world?
What do I want?
Yeah, tell me what you want.
There's not really much that I want for, man.
So you have everything?
I mean, everything that I could want. Yeah, I would say.
Okay, so you have all of your needs met. You have majority of your wants met. So like, then what are you doing? If you're an attorney and you're more educated and enlightened person in society by many people's metrics, what are you doing? Are you impacting the world in some way? Is that something you're interested in? What are you doing? Is what I'm asking.
Well, I mean, on the side, we help like political campaigns. I think that's helping. Maybe indirectly, but it's still helping.
Which side?
Of course, Republicans.
Yeah. Who are you helping? Billionaires?
By what metric? Like, are you gonna turn around and say like the tax cuts was only for billionaires or something?
It really was. I mean, I stand to.
We know that 2% of 100 billion is obviously a larger number than 16% of 50,000. That's a weak argument, though.
It's not a weak argument. It's not a weak argument at all. It's just that's numbers. I can understand as a lawyer, numbers might not be your strong suit. I'm a simple chemist. Lawyers ain't always the best strong suit of mine. I can understand the argument of a relative percentage and all the things, but when it comes down to it, the difference between $3,000 and $500 million is fucking peanuts. Like, come on now.
Nobody's saying that there's not a difference, but if you're trying to say that 1% is higher than the other because the number that you're taking out is higher,
it is substantially higher.
Billionaires, though.
It did disproportionately impact billionaires. It made them substantially more money than they would have ever made by going to work. They just made it.
While also making the lower tax brackets more money too.
No, that's not. No.
Yeah,
Number
definitely.
one, we're seeing such a degradation in services across the board that, you know, like, what are you even saying? People are losing access to healthcare right now. Millions of people are losing their access to healthcare. They're going to be dropped off the rolls, and then next year's premiums are going to be substantially higher because all kinds of healthy people aren't on health insurance anymore because the shit can't, because the freaking government subsidies. Now we can get into the subsidies and how that's just a fucking billionaire payout. We can talk about that. Maybe we'll agree on that. But
Yeah, we just need an open market. Like we need to have health.
what is okay?
providers
What
like
is
we
an
do
open market? What
with
is an
car
open market to
insurance.
you? What is an open market to you? Is it
The
Netflix
ability
buying?
for small business owners to be able to also offer life insurance. Like you and I both cannot start a life insurance company right now.
Yeah, because we
It's
don't have
illegal.
collateral.
You don't need collateral. You can get bonds. Like in order to start one, you have to
Well, listen to what
bonds.
you're saying. You're saying it's illegal for us to start a company in which we guaranteed large payouts to people because we don't have
No,
collateral,
it is
and you're
it
saying
is
we
illegal
don't
for you
need
to start
collateral.
a healthcare insurance company. Yeah, you can get 100,000.
It's not
shares
insurance.
by
It's
paying
it's
$300.
it's not illegal to start a healthcare insurance company. We just don't
It
have the money to
absolutely
do
is.
it.
Try it.
I'm not a billionaire. I'm not a psychopathic billionaire. I don't have an extra $1 billion to lay around to try to do it. So what are you
don't
saying
need-
right now?
You don't need $1 billion to start that. That's just a cop out.
Is that how
You
you
weren't aware that it's illegal that you can't do that?
is that how you go into court? Just do
By
it.
stating facts.
Just do it. Bro, if I had disposable income, I'd love to try to do it. And it's obviously not illegal. Health insurance companies
Disposable
exist.
income. Health insurance companies, the primary health insurance companies that operate in the United States are 4 companies.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you it's probably monopolied out
Do
in
you
some
know why
way
it's for? Do you know why it's for?
because they legislated it closed in some capacity. I'm
Because
sure.
it's illegal
I'm
for you
sure.
to start one. That's why.
So you think if you and I, with no collateral, could just start a health insurance company, that health insurance would be cheaper?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you not
And also,
understand?
you and I both equally don't have like the same level of collateral. Like you might not be able to do it. I might be able to do it. Somebody else might be able to do it. More competition breeds lower prices.
So you agree that less competition breeds higher prices?
Oh, absolutely. That's why I don't think that we should have government-controlled healthcare.
Okay. So now you're sick, and the free market says that we don't treat sick people. So what do we do now?
The free market is in one particular insurance provider, or
No, the free
as a
market.
whole?
The free market as a collective, they collude quite often to dictate outcomes. I don't know if you're familiar with this concept, but it's essentially dynamic cartels can exist at any given moment in which the participants in the free market all decide to like do something outside of regulation. So yeah, this exists all the time.
So what you're saying is that the free market as a whole is going to conspire to not cover me, like in particular, or like a specific
Yes,
group of
because
people?
yes,
That's what you're saying?
yes, because why would it be profitable to do that? You know what I
Because
mean?
You can have a larger customer base.
That's
why.
not how
It's
that's
the same. It's
See,
the same one.
that's why you're not
I can
running
explain- I
insurance.
can
No,
explain
you
to your
can't
logic.
explain it to me
Can
because
I
you don't
explain your
you don't
logic?
understand the
That is why
insurance.
people who sell shoes still sell 2 shoes to somebody who has 1 foot. It's profitable. Yeah. So
You can buy one
your,
shoe.
Your logic is completely like
You
it's
can
faulty.
you understand you can buy one shoe, right?
You definitely can. You can choose to buy one shoe, and the shoe manufacturer can choose to sell that to you, which they do because it's profitable to do so. Just like a health insurance provider is going to provide me with health insurance because it's profitable to do so.
Can you see how much time you've spent here? Like it shows you how much time you've been on this live.
Yeah, I've been here for 19 minutes.
What's your billables?
My billables?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really want to get into the weeds.
Bro,
with that.
come on, dude. Are you serious right now? You can't give me your freaking billables?
I mean,
You spend a third of it. You spend a third of an hour with me, and you can't tell me what you would quote a freaking customer.
I mean, for what though? Like, quote you for what?
Legal. You've
It
been
varies. I mean,
you've been giving me your legal time for 20 minutes. Give me your fucking billable, bro. Like, come on, goddamn. It's $100. Do I owe you $125 for this?
situation.
Do you need me to prepay you for the? Do I need to put my money in your escrow account so that you can just pull it? Like, okay,
No.
I have money in your account.
Do you
We've
feel
been
like you
on the
need to
phone
pay?
for 20 minutes. What is your billables? You're my lawyer. My money's in your account. We're going to hang up after this 20 minutes. What are you charging me?
Well, I mean, I'm probably not going to charge you anything.
God damn it, bro. God damn it, bro.
I mean, do you feel like you need to compensate me? Is that like
Yes.
what you're getting at? Me?
I feel like
You
it.
need to compensate me.
I feel like
You don't.
I
need
feel
to
like as
compensate
a
me.
lawyer in this economy, in this world right now, you know, like what are you doing? What are you doing with
You're
your
trying to say
time right
because
now?
you're doing bad, everybody must be doing bad. That's not how.
No, that's
It
not
works, though.
at all what I'm saying. I'm saying that if you
Yeah,
are
but
doing,
why are
sir,
you trying to say that you
sir,
need to
what I am
compensate me
saying,
for just spending time here?
sir, what I
Are
am
you
saying,
choosing to?
what I am saying is that if you are doing good, if that you are a lawyer, then why do you see your 20 minutes of time here, which is valued at some amount of money? I don't know what you charge wherever you charge. You could just give me the number. I don't understand. It's not like your freaking ops are sitting here like, oh, fucking Smith and Schuster
No, it
charge
just
this
depends on the
much.
situation. It just depends on
You
the
know,
situation.
just give
You're
me a
acting like
fucking
attorneys don't
price,
charge
bro.
based on specific
Give me the
areas of
highest fucking price.
practice.
I don't care. I'm coming off the streets. I give you my fucking $2,000.
I mean,
We've
if
been
we're-
on the
if we're doing,
phone
like,
for 20
corporate law,
minutes.
maybe like $12.50.
You charging $12.50 for
Roughly.
20 minutes of work? 20 minutes
Well, I mean, I
of
wouldn't
call?
I wouldn't charge the whole hour.
Obviously,
Maybe
we've
half
been
an
on
hour.
for 20 minutes. Now we're getting close to 30. I think you'll charge on 6
Yeah,
minute
I mean,
6
once we
minute
hit 31,
increments.
I would, but
You charge on 6 minute increments?
no, definitely not. Half an hour's.
Okay.
Like, if we're on the phone for 20 minutes, I'm not going to charge you for an hour.
So we're getting close to 30 minutes. How much is that? How much are you billing? So you billing $12.50 for 30 minutes?
Again, I'm not going to bill you anything because I don't feel like you need to compensate me.
I'm not going to compensate you. I'm trying to get an estimate of what your time is worth in this free market.
Well, I mean, I kind of deem what that would be, right? I'm choosing to spend it here in my free time.
I want to know
You
what the
catch that, though?
market value for your time is as a professional lawyer for the 30 minutes that we've spent together. I'm not asking you for your free time.
If it was 8 a.m., if it was between 8 a.m. and usually I typically leave about 5:30.
Okay.
It would be for corporate law probably about $12.50 an hour.
Okay, so it would cost me $700 or $675 or whatever for 30 minutes of your time is what you're saying.
I mean, if I was representing you as an attorney.
Yes, in this scenario, I put my money in your
like
account.
Corporate law, sure.
All right, you represent Antifa right now.
Sure.
We've been on the phone for 30 minutes. That cost me $675.
Yeah.
So this is my question to you.
Why would I spend my free time here?
Why would you spend your free time here? Thank you. You already know. Why would
Because
you
it's
spend your free time here?
It's free time.
So like
It's
what
free time.
what have you gotten in 30 minutes of time? You can make a
Amusement.
day's wage.
You can't put a price on amusement.
So you've been
It's
amused.
also 1 o'clock in the morning.
It's 1 o'clock where you live. It's 12:30.
Yeah, I mean roughly.
Roughly.
It's
We're
like
billing.
12:32.
We're billing. Let's keep track.
Yeah, I mean I wouldn't bill because it's after hours, but
He is a needy sub. You see.
I mean you just seem to be like very very interested in like your idea of compensating me.
I am
and saying that
interested.
For some reason,
Listen.
you're
listen.
indebted to me because I'm spending my time here.
Listen.
I feel like that's a really weird place to go.
Am interested right now. Okay, I'm interested in you right now. I'm asking about you. I want to get to know you. I'm not interested about anything else because I can tell you what, when I spend my time in these lives, I know what I'm trying to accomplish. I know what I'm doing. So I'm trying to ask you, what is it that you want to accomplish from this time right now? Do you just want amusement? That's it. You just want to speak to someone, to be acknowledged, to be amused? Is that, especially as a lawyer, because you speak for a living. Is that it? You like to talk,
No, it's definitely amusement. I'm spending my free time on here. It's amusement. You can't put a price on amusement.
I mean, we put prices on amusement all the time. This is a free market society, so that's not necessarily an accurate
Sure, I mean,
statement.
you're welcome to assign your price to your amusement.
We have your market price. You say you charge $12.50 an hour. We spend 30 minutes together. It's
Yeah,
like
for
$675.
Work
This
is an amusement.
this is you're working. You're working right now. I'm not
No,
amused.
I'm not.
You may be
I mean,
amused.
you can project that I am if that makes your scenario fit better, but
Yeah, I mean Disney has a price of amusement. Like we literally, what's your Netflix subscription hitting for? Like we know what amusement costs.
I don't have Netflix. So
You know what your
I don't even know
billable
what this going.
you know what your billable hours for. It's just like that's what I'm saying is like when I get on here, I know what I want. I know what I want. I'm talking to people that show up to listen to me because we got tens of thousands of followers across all these platforms. 250,000. So some people like to hear it. So I show up. I don't
Do
necessarily.
you care if I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Did you've asked me quite a few? What is the price of your hour
The price of my hour
monetarily?
monetarily, I make $38 and some change an hour for my professional work as a chemist. Peanuts.
So you're spending that here,
Yeah.
just like I am, for entertainment.
No.
You're hoping to connect with somebody? Is that what you're doing?
Well,
You're hoping that what you say resonates with someone and like changes their opinion?
no, I'm not hoping. I know what I'm doing. Number one, we're talking to our core radicals. Like we just said, I have people that show up to listen. So that's what we're talking about. We're getting new followers, which we've got some new followers so far. So that was one of the objectives. We're improving our algorithm, our TikTok algorithm, which right now we're up to 16 viewers. So that's obviously successful. We're streaming to 7 platforms in real time right now to make sure that we're improving that experience for everyone. So no, I'm not getting my full $38 of time, but this will pay some dividends and we're doing pretty good. So thank you for that, China. Welcome home. Just got another follower. So I would say that our objectives are, pretty clear. So no, this isn't necessarily for entertainment. It might not look like it, but I'm still working.
I mean, are you entertained though?
Yeah, I mean, you're not entertaining me. The people in the chat's entertaining me because they've been going back and forth about you and stuff like that. I've been looking at all the other chats on the other platforms. So, you're live on 7 platforms right now, so I can understand why your fancies are getting tickled. But, as a lawyer,
How many total viewers would that be?
like
maybe
20 something. Yeah, almost 30. We're getting up there.
Hmm.
But, as a lawyer, that's just one of the things that's crazy to me because you have the powers of persuasion. You have the ability, I would think, if you're in law, I would imagine at some point you have to be in front of a judge or you have to be in front of someone that you have to persuade. You have to be in a room across from another lawyer in which you have to engage in intellectual jousting.
Oh, yeah, routinely.
And so, that's one of the things that I'm interested in here is like, I don't understand what you're doing spending your time here because even when I tried to engage you, you could clearly see that like that's not what I'm here to do and you're just kind of wanting to go back and forth about stuff and it's like it is what it is.
Why would you
like
try to engage me if that's not what you want to do?
I mean because the way that you're engaging was not in a way that's why I want to ask about you because deep down in it let's get to the root cause analysis. Our profession see things a little differently. I like to figure out what the problem is. So, let's get down to why you want to spend your time with a bunch of communists on the internet on a Friday night. As a successful lawyer who bills for $12.50 an hour, I want to get
make that distinction.
For
We have
corporate.
3 different practice areas.
Okay.
I wouldn't assume that you're in the corporate world.
I mean,
Right.
you don't know what I do. I'm in a suit and tie, buddy. I don't look corporate to you.
Well, yeah, but
Look,
they
I
sell
tell you
suits
what.
at,
I tell you
Walmart.
what.
That doesn't make a difference.
Oh shit, my dog. I'm sorry.
But do you have both buttons?
Look, I tell you
buttoned
what.
right now?
Look at that. You caught me. I'm not corporate.
No,
I'm not
this
corporate.
doesn't even have anything to do
I'm
with
in
that.
my
I love that.
pajamas.
You're taking the whole Mr. Wonderful approach. I love that.
I'm in my pajamas.
Don't button the bottom of your suit jacket. The very bottom button.
Well, I'm
Just
skinny. I'm comfortable, and I'm cold. So.
No, I totally get it. I'm just meaning etiquette wise. Just so if you ever wear a suit out in public, just don't do the bottom one.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Well, you want my dang-a-lang swinging?
No, I personally don't. I'm just saying so you don't look like a kid that got
Like
their dad suit or something. you know.
when I see it on the show, they have it all buttoned. You know, I watch Mad Men. He stands up, he buttons both buttons.
Nah, nah. If he's wearing a suit jacket, he's not buttoning both.
Diamond, he's saying don't button both. I only got 2 buttons.
You only ever button the top one. If you're wearing a vest, you never button the bottom one. It's weird rules, man. I don't make them.
God damn. Well, look, you learn something new every day, huh?
I'm just saying. I'm just trying to help you out.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm here for.
Gotta act like I got money. Do I owe you now? Are you billing now?
No.
Okay.
No, we'll call that pro bono.
You might as well join the Discord, bro, and start becoming a communist. Cause you know, if you're spending your time here on a Friday night,
Oh, yeah, I mean, what else would you rather me be doing? If it were up to you.
what would I rather do? Play video games?
I'm 30. No.
So you're 30 and you don't play video games? Who hurt you as a child?
Nobody hurt me as a child. I played video games as a child.
You don't play them now? You don't play them sometimes to unwind?
No. Is that like
I'm
kinda
sorry.
thought that it was just esports thing though.
I'm sorry. Someone off camera was trying to stop. Do you want an Oculus for Christmas? Obviously not. You don't play video games, huh?
Like VR? No, definitely not.
Yeah, you don't want no Oculus. You can't have no Oculus in the courtroom.
We just helped a school get those for STEM, and I tried one on for the first time, and it was wild. I don't like that.
Was it a Republican school or a private school?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It was a private school?
I mean, no, not a private school. Republican city though.
So, but it was a public school?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, look, if you helped a public school, you know, it doesn't necessarily matter if it's Republican, I guess. I'll take that.
No, I mean you asked. So that's what I said.
But you know, they have some very obvious institutions that are private, you know, indoctrination centers. So that's why I just wanted to distinguish. If it's a public indoctrination center, then, you know, that's acceptable.
You're okay with indoctrination so long as it's in the public hands?
Yeah. At least we get some say-so in it. It's me or the shareholders. I just got to show up to the PTA meeting. I got to show up to the school board, or I run for school board.
Do you have intentions of doing anything like that?
Yeah, I'm low-key trying to stop myself from getting gassed up to run for United States Senate. And if my wife don't stop trying to bully me on this live, then I'm a low-key announce right now.
State rep or something.
I tried that. You know, we'll swing for the fences. I feel like I could be on Fox News pretty easily, you know. Antifa CEO. Might even get it tatted on my chest for my launch campaign video. We'll see. But, you know, is what it is. Would you be a lawyer on my campaign? Billing $12.50 though? I don't know about that, bro. You gotta have to come down on that fucking price a little bit.
Nah, for like political campaigns, we typically do it pro bono.
Well, you have to be paid. You can't be a lawyer for free.
Well, you get paid from corporate clients.
That's how it works.
Well, I mean, you get to choose.
Yeah, I was about to say that doesn't make any sense because like campaigns need lawyers. Like lawyers don't do things for free. Like.
Well, I mean, in some cases, yeah. I mean, most of our team works.
Oh, okay.
Campaigns
Let me rephrase that.
Entirely for free.
Okay. Republican NGOs and shit. God, you work for you work for the devil? You work for Satan? This man works at Satan. I'm fucking done.
I hardly think that the food pantries of America is Satan.
I'm done. You work at the food pantries of America?
Or Satan?
You work at the food pantries of America?
That's one of our clients that we work with pretty routinely.
Yeah, but no, buddy. Your clients don't define you. Your clients don't define you as a lawyer. When your law firm is Satan, and Satan.
NGO,
you know, Food Pantry of America is a Republican NGO.
We just try to say.
Let me see.
Try to say that that's Satan.
Food Pantry of America, Republican? Question mark?
I mean, you got to look at the chair. Like,
who's the chair right now?
the current chair of the food pantries of America?
Yeah.
I believe it's Zachary O'Neill.
Fucking Zach. God damn, huh? I tell you what, it's funny where people end up, huh? Never would have took that guy as fucking feeding people. I'm just no, I don't, bro. No, I don't.
Is it like an athlete or something?
I don't fucking know who it is. I'm trying to look him up, but
I mean, just
Food
you can get on
Panthers
like
of
L2 and see
America.
his voting history. He lives in Texas.
Is that where you're based out of, Texas? I guess you don't have to tell me, but I mean, you know, states are big. If you live in a big state, it's easier to tell people. I've learned that. People in New York don't give a fuck about telling you they live in New York.
Our firm is on K Street.
The fuck is K Street? New York?
Really? You never been to Washington?
Oh, DC?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been to.
I've been to K Street.
I've been to DC. No, bro, I got a K Street where I fucking live. Like every fucking city's got a K Street, bro.
Yeah, but your K Street isn't Googleable.
I literally when I typed it into Google, that's the first thing that popped up was my fucking K Street, bro.
Yeah, when you start typing in K Street, Washington D.C. is
Oh
followed.
my gosh.
That's weird that you.
There's a bunch of law firms and shit. I mean, look, listen. Let me tell you something. The fact that I don't know that it's called or on physically K Street, I know for a fact that, you know, there's a cluster of law firms and things. Like, I know that exists. It doesn't matter that I know it's fucking called K Street or whatever. Like, it's not some secret cabal. Like,
that you don't know what K Street is.
It's very obvious. Like, I'm not a lawyer.
No, you don't need to be. Like, if you're politically inclined, you know what K Street is.
I'm poor. I don't have disposable income. I'm politically inclined in terms of my area and where that's affected by national politics. But I'm not a fucking lobbyist. Like, what the fuck I know about K Street? Like, I guess honestly, I'm about to become a lobbyist though. I'm about to try to partner with Make America Vaccinated again with Dr. Motherfucking Greg. I'm gonna try to become a lobbyist. So, would you work for me?
Hey, more power to you.
Can I hire you
as a lobbyist?
$12.50 an hour though. I'm gonna need you to come down on that.
Oh no, when we work with lobbyists, it's substantially higher packages than that.
I'm gonna need 10.
Plus, we also have a victory bonus.
I'm gonna need $10.75 an hour at least. Do you get to determine your pricing?
Like when we're working with a client?
No, you. Are you a price determiner?
Like me as representing my law firm. Yes, I absolutely do.
Okay. That's interesting. So you are based. I've thought about it, but frankly, I don't think there's necessarily any reason that I would need to become a lawyer at this point. You know, I can speak to millions of people a month just screwing around in my fucking kitchen. So I don't think that the law is gonna suit me. We can still write laws though. Chat GPT some shit. I'm just playing. Everybody. I would never chat GPT. Look, I'm just a simple chemist. I know how to read. You don't have to be a lawyer to know how to read law. You know, this shit's pretty simple. Honestly,
it just helps.
Though it does help, but honestly, the laws are written more plainly than a lot of these freaking methods in research papers. So, you know,
it's mainly just referencing other laws to ensure.
Yeah,
that the law
that's exactly it.
Trying to write doesn't infringe upon that.
That's exactly it. But they have much smarter people that can do all of that. I don't necessarily have to go waste my time being a lawyer. Hey, I'll hire you. You'll come work for me if I make it to the White House. Not the White. Well, one day. But if I make it to the Senate, you'll come work for me.
No, I don't work with the LSA.
That's fucked up, huh? What I got to do to radicalize you? What do you want? What do you want to be radicalized?
What do I want, like, in order to become radicalized?
Yeah, tell me what you want, and if it's in my power, I'll give it to you. Maybe you're on the line with Satan. Who knows? You know, if you don't work for him, maybe you're on the line with them right now. What do you want?
If I could choose one thing that would definitely be a step in the right direction is to stop being so myopic.
Myopic?
Yeah.
About
like,
what?
It's not you versus like evil. That's not how it works. Like, just because I represent like Republicans, that doesn't mean that it's Satan. It's a very myopic view.
I mean, right now, it's very obvious. Okay, this is the thing. Look, we can say the Democrats take billionaire money and stuff too, but right now it's very obvious, like, who the enemies, like, who the bad people are. You know, we don't really have to sugarcoat it, bro. That's the thing is I live in reality where, like, I understand that, like, you know, there's good and there's bad. And some people are choosing to be bad, and some people voted to do bad things to brown people, and that makes them bad. Um, yeah, it's not myopic. Like, you can't just do bad things.
But I would wager that do you do bad things? Like, is your view of how like policies should happen or the impact of those policies in any degree whatsoever? Can you agree that that might be bad?
I would rightfully say it would be pretty bad for maybe 3,000 people, but the rest of the millions of Americans, yeah, it would be worth it in my. See, that's the thing about it. You have to ask yourself, when we do the math, what's worth it? And to me, 3,000 billionaires not being billionaires anymore, that seems very worth it for like our society to have nice things, food, healthcare.
So I'm very curious
housing.
On that note. Are you of the mind that like billionaires shouldn't exist, kind of thing?
Yeah, because I mean, just very simple math here. The existence of one billionaire stops 1,000 millionaires from existing, or it stops 10,000 people from having $100,000 of more equity. Billionaires are taking the money from communities. If that money is in a billionaire net worth, it's not in your community, because that's just.
Well, it's also only accessible to them via loans.
Yeah, I mean which is terrible,
Well, I mean, you can still access like the same credit mechanisms that they use, just on a different scale. You can use them to compound that to a higher scale.
Yeah, I could, but the thing about it is, why would I do that?
I mean, it's easy.
Is it?
It doesn't create any bad impact, like, for doing so.
It doesn't. It doesn't create a bad impact.
Against like a security.
Yeah. So in my example, okay, it doesn't impact my neighbor. So in my example, I own a house. All right, I inherited a house. Luckier than some. My grandparents died for it. We went over that in the beginning of the live, but I own a house. So by your metrics, I should take out a collateral-backed loan on this house and buy another house and rent this house and then keep doing that until I accumulate a substantial portfolio of renting assets. Is that what you think I should do?
I mean, if that's what you want to use that money for.
That's not what I want to use that. No, that's not what I want to. But I'm just saying, a lot of people have asked me why I've not done that. So I'm just asking,
I would definitely consider putting it into a trust and then taking a HELOC out on it. So that way, at least you're protected if you default on it. They can't take your house.
You can put your fucking house into a trust and then take out a HELOC.
Car into a trust.
Hold on. Wait a minute. There's no way. But it has to cost a lot of money to do all that paperwork. There's no way that poor people have access to that. That doesn't even make any sense.
On average, a doc fee is like $100 at a bank.
There's no way that you can put your house into a trust. You're not explaining that to me correctly. If you're a lawyer, you're definitely not walking me through that correctly.
I'm not going to give you legal advice, but let's just say that someone, if they felt so inclined to, could open a trust in, say, Delaware, the state of Delaware.
Mm-hmm. Right? I'm familiar. Would I not
$100 is the cost that it would take.
Would I not want to do Wyoming first and then Delaware?
I mean, if you were like trying to protect an asset that you didn't want anybody to know that you owned.
Okay.
But it doesn't matter. The bank is going to go to that Wyoming trust anyway.
Yeah, the bank will know, but the public won't. I was just curious.
Yeah, I mean, but the bank or the public isn't going to know that you took out a HELOC anyway.
It depends what you do.
I mean, if you told them, like, yeah, but there's no way that they could get access to that information.
So I put it in a trust. The trust is in the name of who? My heirs?
You could do it in an LLC.
So what do you mean? So in the name of an LLC, what, that I'm the sole proprietor of?
A registered agent. No, you just get a registered agent. They act as the single member.
They, so it has to be someone that's not me.
Well, I mean, they are on the paper. You're still the controlling interest. They can't do anything that you tell them not to. They can't make decisions on their own.
So I have to have a. Is it? Does it have to be anyone, or does it have to be a licensed security agent, like a financial advisor or something?
I mean, it could be anybody, but usually, like a formation entity will provide those for you. Typically, it's like $49.
Yeah, I
So, I
don't
mean,
think.
we're $249 into you being able to take out. I'm assuming that you own your house flat out.
Yeah.
Let's just say, conservatively speaking, it's probably worth, I don't know the year, don't know the square footage. Let's say it's worth 320 grand.
Less,
Most
but
banks will, well, okay, 300. Just for
yeah,
simplicity.
we'll go. Let's say
Most
300.
banks will give
Sure.
you 80% LTV, so you can extract 80% of that total value, and you can even write the interest payments off.
So
Taxes.
if I put it in a
Again, this is
trust,
not legal advice.
of course, and so if I put it in a trust, what happens whenever? What happens if you default on the loan? How does the liability work with that?
Well, the bank is going to sell your debt to a third party. That third party does not get access to the originating documents that you signed, the doc fees and all that. Therefore, they can't access, so they can't pierce the veil. Therefore, they have to basically default that debt. It doesn't get forgiven. I mean, you're going to get a ding somewhere, but they're not going to take your property.
Yeah, so it's just a credit report.
I mean, very very similar to that. It's
Yeah,
not like FICO or like TransUnion.
it'd
or
be
anything like that.
okay. Yeah, because whenever you're getting into business credit, because I've always wondered that how people can go bankrupt through the different business entities and it not affect their ability to raise capital for different ventures. So, because hey, look, you're putting me on to something. I might fucking do it and swing for the fences and do something wild.
Yeah, I mean, I
Once
wouldn't
interest rates come
suggest,
down, though.
of course, pulling out the full 80%. Some
Yeah,
banks will
bro,
do
I'm not.
90.
I'm not
I
gonna do.
wouldn't recommend it, but
Not gonna do 80%. Don't worry.
I'm just saying, like, they're not going to take your house, but on the off chance that they do somehow pierce the veil, I don't want you to be without a house.
Yeah, bro, I wouldn't do
That's
this
not good.
without getting a lawyer. Trust me.
No, 100%. Yeah, definitely do that.
I'm not gonna take legal advice from a dude on TikTok.
No, don't. Definitely not.
Well, you spent an hour of your time. Now, does it say an hour on your end, or has it only been 45 minutes?
Looks like an hour and 6 minutes.
You've been with me for an hour and 6 minutes.
Yeah, I think we're, starting to really get to know one another.
That's $12.50, dog. I ain't paying you. I'm just letting you know now.
No, like I said before, don't feel obligated to compensate.
I think that I am going to compensate you, but it is not with money. I'm going to continue to compensate you with radical theory, very slowly. And maybe you can see the world a little differently because, I don't see why you would just want to sit up here and talk to me, but maybe you did it for a reason. So I give you a little time. You ain't coming up here being no aggravating mag or whatever. You threw in that you work for some Republicans or whatever, but I don't know what you want, but did I give it to you?
Oh yeah, this has been super entertaining.
All right. You want to know what my billables are? I told you my professional billables are, but these billables are different.
These is in
What, that hour of entertainment that I've just provided you?
Oh, sure.
You're going to have to follow me.
Well, I'm already following you.
All right, well, you're going to have to continue to get radicalized, bro.
I mean, again, we have to get past the whole myopic view. Then maybe we'll get somewhere.
I don't think we have to get past the myopic view. I think you just need to come to the good side, You can do unethical things. You can be. I mean, think of how awesome of a lawyer you would be on this side right now, fighting for all. I mean, think of how high your billables could be. You know how many people's civil rights are being broken. Think of the class action.
So, are you saying that I should inflate my billables for civil rights specific cases and things like that, like specifically people that are typically minorities.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't inflate your billables for that. That sounds disgusting.
But you just said, imagine what your billables could be.
Well, yeah, I'm saying that the work, bro. I'm saying how much work there is, like all these civil rights, like the class action lawsuit.
I mean, class actions typically very, very low payout just in general. But
You could leave Satan, Satan, and Satan and start working for Marx, Marx, and Marx.
I don't think so. I mean, we do pick up civil rights cases, but typically pro bono.
Is it like Republican? It's like, are you going to do that Oklahoma chicks case?
The one that like is trying to overturn same-sex marriage.
Yeah, are you going to do her case with the freaking no, the student, the college student. The college student that just got the freaking professor fired. Are you going to do her case if she got a case?
No, I mean, she didn't approach us, so probably not.
Damn, man, my boy working on K Street in DC, huh? How long you been out of law school?
I'm not in DC, but what'd you say?
How long you been out of law school? If you're 30, you imagine you went to school around the same time as me. You graduated your undergrad in 2018.
I believe it was at the end of 2019.
You went to law school during COVID?
Well, yeah.
How'd that work? I'm glad I didn't go to grad school.
Shut down.
Now that I'm realizing this, I'm so glad I didn't go to grad school because I don't know how I would have been able to get a PhD in chemistry without being able to go to a freaking lab.
Well, have you ever seen a room full of attorneys interacting with one another?
Yeah, I could imagine.
That's the safest place you could possibly be when there's a pandemic. They're not touching one another. They're standing 8 foot apart, like not even really talking to one another.
God, look at this loser in Poland. Imagine bragging that you live in another country and you would vote for Trump. Like, that's just one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen.
Contrarily, I think it's pretty cool that somebody from a different country follows our political happenings enough to have an opinion of it. That's pretty cool.
I don't think getting in the comments and saying that I would vote for Trump is necessarily vocalizing somewhat of an opinion. And I would also say that, of course, that they would follow our politics because it affects them directly. We affect the entire world.
Cool. I think the rippling effect of the United States political system is astounding. Wouldn't you agree?
Not necessarily. The imperialism is just thick, It's imperialism. It's imperialism to the max. I mean, would you not agree with the concept of imperialism and that we would be the pinnacle of what imperialism would aspire to be?
I mean, not yet. I think we still got some work to do.
Yeah, I'll take that. We doing pretty good, but I'll take that. we got more work to do.
I mean, we're the best at it, but we're not the best.
Yeah. Crazy how that works.
Do you think that America should be like a global superpower? We should be kind of the rule setter, the trend setter for the entire world?
Yeah. I think since we're there, I think we go communist and we lead proletariat revies across the rest of the world real quick. I think America would have a pretty good chance at exporting that ASAP. That's why we're here in the belly of the beast.
So can I ask you a question? Since you're a self-proclaimed communist, right?
Yeah.
What exactly is the end goal for you? Like, realistically speaking, like I hope that you think that, like,
No, I'll give it to you. No, I'm a scientist, bro.
World or anything like that.
I'm practical. An end goal for me in the United States of America would be the winding down of the billionaire class and the mega corporation class, and a return to a system where we allow the equity to stay in the communities and we move away from this capitalist system of extraction. That would be the goal. And what you would see that in, the way that you would see that is that workers would be paid more money. across the board. Everyone doing every job would be paid substantially more money. In every community would have better schools, better hospitals. Even rural hospitals would be, damn near full service. There would be substantially good paying jobs. You would see science and technology explosions in our communities, because so many poor people who have great ideas would gain access to the resources and abilities to actually participate. And then I think that realistically that would be able to be replicated and exported very easily. So that's what I see. It's not some idealistic, classless, stateless society. It's something real. Money will still exist. People will get paid more money. There'll just be more equity in your community.
Fair. I mean, I'm very, and I don't want this to sound patronizing, but I'm very impressed that you were able to articulate that. I've asked that question quite a few times, and
Yeah.
most of the time it is, like unalive billionaires and stuff. Which,
No, we
I
don't.
understand that's a tenet of it. I
No,
mean,
we
not
don't.
unaliving,
We don't.
obviously,
Yeah,
but
we don't. No, it legally it would just be a liquidation. It would be a liquidation of event. So the easiest way to explain it is think about Jeff Bezos and Amazon. If we took majority of Jeff Bezos' equity and distributed through all of Amazon, Amazon would still exist. It's just that the money would be somewhere else, and then maybe even Amazon would maybe decrease in size because people would liquidate and things like that. And yeah, we'd shake some speculation out, but like then that money would move, all that speculation would move out of the stock market into communities. So that is the fundamental difference. And you say you're MAGA, so you've been spending some time here. I'm glad that I could keep you off the Nick Fuentes pod tonight, because he'll probably say some populist. He'll say some populist things too. To get you to become a right-wing schnazi. But, for me, I appreciate your accommodations for being able to articulate that. But to be realistic, I have been working on my theory, not reading theory, but distilling my own theory for this entire year now. So, when you don't put on the suit, you don't get shaven up to be the CEO if you don't know how to give a sales pitch. So
fair. The only question I would have to that is, like, maybe it's very surface level, but a lot of the equity from Amazon is not real. Like, it's not actual, like, dollars in bank accounts kind of thing. It's speculative. It's unrealized.
But it is, because if you can take out a collateral backed loan against something, then it's real. So like we can't pretend like that money doesn't exist just because if we were to sell a bunch of it that the price would go down, because it does exist. We can't pretend that it doesn't. It's just that when we sell it and let the price go down, we're not going to let a bunch of rich people run away with the profits. It's going to move through, through the people. That's the easiest way to explain it. If we took the Fortune 500, started with them, and started the liquidation, down, and started liquidating all these companies down until we're like, you really, there's no reason to be like $1 billion corporation. There's no reason to have corporations going like, essentially we just need to draw like circles. Hold on, give me 1 second. Essentially, we need to just draw geographic circles around where we allow things to do business. And that would probably just alleviate a lot of this, because we don't need corporations to be across the entirety of the United States. It can be a coalition and network of corporations. That way, a lot more equity can stay in the communities. Things don't have to be crazy efficient. That's where this breakdown's happening. Everything doesn't have to be efficient for some psychopathic shareholders.
Well, that efficiency also extends to like the workers in a lot of cases.
Does it though?
Yeah, like take Amazon for example. We have, I'll call it a loose partnership with some of the very large warehouses or distribution centers in the Midwest. Most of their like efficiency activity has been solely to decrease the amount of labor that the worker has to do.
Yeah, but at the same time, by them decreasing the amount of labor the worker has to do, they're decreasing the amount of workers. I'm not saying that efficiencies doesn't
downside as
improve the
well.
worker. Amazon hasn't laid people off. Amazon's been announcing layoffs the
Yeah,
past couple
they've
years.
definitely been laying some C-level people off. I mean, their turnover is just high in general anyway.
Why do you think that is? So answer me this, okay? Do you think if we liquidated Jeff Bezos, in a financial term, of course, and he was still able to live comfortably, he just might not have the biggest yacht that he has right now, and all of the workers in Amazon had access to a pool, of non-transferable equity that would pay them whatever bonuses and compensation the same way that the rest of the shareholders are entitled to. And even if, because does Amazon have a dividend? I don't think Amazon has a dividend. So if there's no dividend, then maybe it does allow some sort of drip to give them bonuses or whatever. But regardless, could we not see how that would be substantially better? That would help people stay at work, and do crappy jobs if they had actual equity in the place that they're working. And we're not talking just stock options or whatever. I'm talking about real equity. If you know that the place that you're showing up to is paying you substantial money and helping build schools and helping build libraries and helping educate the people in your area and heal the people in your area and house the people in your area, you're going to do whatever you can for that company. And you're not, I don't know, man, things are different. We're not talking about a company town plantation BS, but like when it comes down to it, if you look at the fundamental model of capitalism, it's an extraction tool. No business that is opening up in your area, if it's not headquartered in your area, it is extracting the resources from your area and moving it to somewhere else. It's just simple math.
So your extraction of the equity, though, is based solely upon the current state of that company, right? Like Amazon, for example. Do you think that it would have gotten to be as profitable as it is from a shareholder perspective? Obviously, they don't really turn a profit, but from a shareholder perspective, which is what the employees would get access to, is that equity. Do you think that it would have gotten to that point had you removed the financial incentive for the person who started it in the first place?
I think that everything that exists right now would still exist absent of some billionaire being able to make all of the money doing that. I think that humanity is not some smart, lone, rugged individual coming up with some brilliant thing. Humanity is us taking a collection of all of our knowledge and solving problems. And so, yes, I do think that I would still be able to click a button today and have a package at my door in 2 days or less than that, depending on how close the proximity is. It might have just not been this one company to do it. It would have been the entirety of our communities coming together to provide those types of services through the same innovations that we've had. And one of the things that proves that is that there's many innovations in human history that we see have happened independent of those things. We look at the development of the North American indigenous people and the European or African indigenous people, the more African, I guess, the indigenous people, some of the advancements there. But even that, if we just look more recently in modern history, we think Thomas Edison is some amazing person because he has 1,000 patents or whatever. But like Thomas Edison was just taking the ideas of many people before him and just boop, 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 boop. So we have this very bad habit of letting white people discover things when realistically those things existed. It's a culmination of our human experience. So yes, I do think Amazon would still exist. I do think those workers would have gotten substantially better. There'd probably be way more millionaires in the world if we were not allowing equity to be, See, I think that's maybe the thing. I don't want to get rid of the millionaires because we have to still have money and you still have to have some sort of incentive to be better. But at the bottom, you deserve greatness. You deserve food, healthcare, housing. You deserve to be able to work for better. But we don't need mega yachts. We don't need companies that have billions of dollars to put into political campaigns. we can still have political campaigns, because if I had disposable income, I'd throw some money at it.
Right, but I think the point is that nothing is stopping you from creating that disposable income. I mean, entirely
Yes.
exploitation free.
Hold on. Yes. There's many things. Number one, there's many things stopping me just from creating that income. And number two, there's a mountain of things stopping me from creating it exploitation free. I mean, even here, speaking on the internet, there's still some degree of exploitation that's happening, because the system of capitalism is inherently exploitative. There's no way to get around that. Just because some guy wrote down free and fair exchange, voluntary, whatever, people think that's so, but it's not. That's not the case. And there's nowhere that you can point that that is the case, because the free and voluntary exchange was communism, or it's how indigenous people lived before, and we don't live under that anymore. So, you know.
Look, I think that the exploitation aspect, like that's kind of subjective. I don't think that there's somebody being exploited when they decide to become an author, for example. Like, nothing is stopping you right now from publishing a book, making tens of millions of dollars on it.
Yeah, there's
Nothing's stopping you
there's
from being, like,
substantial
an affiliate for a company.
there's substantial amounts of things that stop me. Number one, I mean, I have a book, frankly. I'm working on finished publishing it now. But you know, first and foremost,
Self-publish is free.
yeah, sure. Is it? It's not. You know, I don't
Yeah,
know
it
what
definitely
you have to pay for something. They don't just do the shit for free. You're obvious they're getting a skim, or they're getting a cut. If we're publishing,
Well, yeah, they're gonna take a cut, but that's not.
So it's not
direct,
free.
Like, cost to you.
that's not free.
No, it's only paid based.
Right.
On
The
revenue
paper
that you're
isn't free.
generating.
The logistics
Yeah, you
chain
don't have
isn't
to
free.
publish
None
it
of that
via
is free.
paper.
None of that is free.
KDP is free.
I'm giving them
KDP is
giving them a
definitely
cut. That's not free.
Yeah, for distributing your book.
That's not free.
Yeah, you wouldn't be paying it otherwise.
That's
You're paying it
that's
out
not
of
free.
something that doesn't exist unless they
See,
facilitate it.
that's how they get you. That's not how it works. That's not free. If you're paying it, it's not free. It doesn't matter if it exists or it won't exist, because if I've done it, I've willed it into existence. It exists. I'm paying for it. We're not working in this world of like, oh, well, you didn't publish a book because, you know, Amazon publishing didn't exist. Like, no, the book's written. It's getting published. It's not free. You got to pay. There's an enormous amount of hurdles. If we're just looking at the publishing of a book, there's an enormous amount of hurdles for publishing a book. And one of which is, how much are you going to give up to whatever to distribute it if you're doing it the free way? Or if you're doing it any of the other traditional ways, you have all of the traditional gatekeeping and profit motives and economic incentives and all these things.
Yeah, but that's just willingly.
We
relying
have
on an entirely other group of people to make those decisions for you.
all right. Look,
Like, also, there's nothing stopping you from being like an affiliate right now.
We've
Like,
been
I'm sure,
here-
You know, we're 30. We've been on the internet long enough. You've heard of like affiliate marketing.
yeah, I'm not doing no
Nothing stops
affiliate.
you
I'm
from
not
doing
doing. Yes, it's called morals.
But you're just
It's
unwilling.
called morals.
You're
I'm not doing affiliate marketing. That sounds absolutely disgusting. Hey guys, I got water. You know, the one thing you need to live. Do you want to buy it? We got water.
Pick and choose what you
Water.
love.
Like, come on,
You're
dude.
trying to assert that
I'm not
somebody else is choosing
I'm
it
not
for you.
I'm not doing no affiliate marketing. I'm not going to find no affiliate marketing. I don't need affiliate marketing. I'm going to get this money out here on my own. I'm going to work overtime. We just did 2 hours of bullshit and did 90 minutes of bullshit
No,
with
mean,
you,
and
I feel like.
I truly hope that you get it. Like, don't get me wrong, I hope that you get it. But what you did just there was demonstrate why you probably won't.
No, I'm not going to get no affiliate marketing, because every day I get on here and I say that we need to liquidate the billionaires. So obviously I'm not brand
You don't
safe.
become a billionaire.
It's not economically viable for any brand to partner with me and do any marketing unless they too want to liquidate the billionaires. You know, and I don't think
So
Cheerios.
Do you have any books that you enjoy?
Yeah, I got tons of books. I got one in my
So
in my TikTok
believe
shop.
in 'em,
Look
right?
at my Franz Fanon in my TikTok shop. But realistically, you get that shit free on a PDF. So, you know.
Sure. I mean, but I'm sure that there are books that you enjoy, that you believe in, that you wouldn't be compromising your ethics to share.
Bro,
your
look,
money,
I'm
right?
not trying to get on here and sell product. All right. The only thing I'm trying to
No,
sell
you
is
have to,
working
I don't
class.
care.
The only thing I'm trying to sell is working class solidarity. I don't need to step on no product. I don't need to sell no product. I got we're doing good. I'm doing millions of views getting on here just telling people we need to be together as working class people. I'm connecting with, all kinds of creators, all kinds of organizers, all kinds of mutual aids. Yeah, the Communist Manifesto is free. You're sitting here, what do I need to plug? The Communist Manifesto is literally
I'm not
free.
choosing what you need to plug. I'm just saying that there are
Everybody.
ways that you could be generating that disposable income.
Everybody.
You're just unwilling to.
How can I generate income from the Communist Manifesto?
I'm not saying the Communist Manifesto.
How can I generate income from Das Kapital? From Lenin, imperialism by Lenin? I can't. The shit's free on the internet. I don't want to sell.
Yeah, those are
I'm selling.
Options. You're trying to paint yourself into a box so that you have an excuse for not doing it. Like, that's what you're doing.
I have an excuse. It's called morals and ethics.
You have
I
a
want
million
to
of them.
spend my time on here selling what I want to sell. I think, look, you're right. You're just not listening to me. I don't want to sell products. I want to sell my ideology. And frankly, it's easier to sell. I don't have to worry about drop shipping. I don't have to worry about who gets a cut. I don't have to worry about none of this. I don't even have to worry about a boss. I wake up, what do I want to talk about every day? And that's what I sell. So it's easy. I enjoy it.
What you should do is like start a podcast.
I have a podcast. I have a podcast.
Yeah, and I hope that it's successful.
We're live on 7 platforms. Podcast is on 30
that's
platforms.
Awesome.
Go look us up. Go look up.
super
Listen.
Happy to be contributing to that. Like that's.
I'm
that's
not-
completely,
I'm
like,
gonna
well,
mute
fine,
you.
I'm glad.
Actually, I'm going to just let you go because I appreciate you spending your time. I actually have a headache now. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if it's your voice. I don't think it's your voice. That's very mean of me to say because you were very nice. It wasn't your voice. It's the way that the speakers are playing that I have to hear you. That has probably given me a headache just from listening to that for a couple hours. It's not your voice. I'm apologizing for that. Or not at least your voice in the sense of you were aggravating me, but just the noise. Do you have a podcast, bro? Propaganda Factory on all pods. I don't want to sell stuff. I've been here for 2 hours. We've been bullshitting. We had a decent live. I tell you what, though. I'm going to go get the DJ controller. Let me get a little break. Let me take 10, 15 minutes. I'm going to get the DJ controller. We're going to come back with a rave. Let me go pop into some other lives and say hey to everybody too, because I don't just want to be doing my own shit tonight. I gotta go, I'm gonna show my face. I'm in the suit. Let me go show my face. So I appreciate everybody. We'll end this. Thank y'all so much. I didn't realize y'all sent us a little bit of gifts. Y'all tapped that screen that whole time. Dude, this dude put on a suit to get on TikTok live. Yeah, that's what you do when you got a job, bro. I could understand if you're unemployed and you don't know what it's like to work, but I'm working. Look, you want to see? Look, hey, look, watch out. Look. I don't got the full suit on. All right? It's Christmas. What y'all want me to do? It's Christmas time. Christmas time, best time of the year. But yeah, let me go take a break. Let me go get some water, refresh, and I'll come back with the rave in a little bit, y'all. I appreciate everybody that hung out. Some of y'all hung out for hours. Y'all Sick Life Radical. Y'all ended up on a watch list for sure. Absolutely for sure. In fact, yeah. Anna, you on a watch list, girl. You Sick Life Radical. You Sick Life Radical. But I appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all in a little while. For the rest of